through fire, bodies weary, spirits tested. But from the ashes they rose brighter. Two women, two warriors, and two women, two warriors, two stories stitched with love. Scars don't chain us down, they're maps of battles won. We rise together, stronger than before, turning pain to power, opening the door. Voices like a lighthouse, shining through the storm. The strength of a woman is to rise and rise once more. The world whispered, too hard, too heavy. They answered back, watch us. Even when the pain tried to break them, they move the mountains with love. Oh, we rise together, stronger than before, turning pain to power, opening the door. Voices like a lighthouse, shining through.
Hello,
Hey,
Poppy.
hey, what's up, everybody? How's it going, Jarita? And we have a good guest here today. Woo, woo. We have Tank with us. If you guys follow us anywhere, you probably have seen us talk to Tank before.
Absolutely. He's always in our comments, very supportive individual and a warrior, just
Right.
like all of us and all of you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day. We know you just had a wrestle with the heart. It is February, you guys, and it is Heart Health Month. Also,
Yeah.
want to encourage you to like, love, share, do all the things that make this space ripple effect so we can go out and encourage other people to do something different. Try something different today. We are not health professionals, though.
That's right. That's
Okay.
right.
I'm just
No.
saying. So go look for your own advice through your doctors, counselors,
Right.
mental health advocates. And if you need any help looking for stuff like that, we are always more than happy for you guys to get in our DM and we can look around with you and maybe find some resources. So with that, I'm going to let my beautiful host take over, Miss Denise.
Well, we have been talking about so many things, right? This month, just this month. I mean, we've had a lot of things, even though we've cut down our times. We're only going on Mondays. So if you're just joining in and you're trying to figure out what we've got going on, we have moved to Mondays for now. And we have decided to start doing specials. And so our specials, we're going to do a little umbrella off of the A Warrior's Journey Grit and Glitter. And it might have a new title or whatever, but it's going to be a little umbrella because there's a lot of things that we want to talk about, but we don't want it to take away from these awarenesses that we are really, really heartfelt in. And so this week, we're really talking about that emotional safety, building those boundaries, and then that whole body health. And we brought in a special guest tonight because he has been on his own journey. Tank. He goes by Big Tank on most platforms, right? Big Tank.
That's right.
On most platforms. So he has had his own journey, and I figured we'll go ahead and start with him if that's okay, Jarita. And that way, if you tire out and you need to bounce out, then you're welcome to do that. But we want to get as much as we can from you before we take off. So how about you introduce yourself and then you can give us some information. And if we have anybody in the comments that have any questions, do you mind them asking?
Oh, absolutely not. Ask away.
All right. Well, we'll let you have the floor then.
All right. I was introduced, I am Big Tank. My clapper, I got a lot of clapper friends, so most of you guys know me. I'm Big Tank on just about every platform except Facebook. I am a recent heart attack survivor. But it was my third heart attack, and what set this one apart is this one is what they call a widowmaker. And widowmaker, only about 13% of the people that have widowmaker heart attacks survive them. But I survived it. I ended up getting quadruple heart bypass surgery. on the 30th of December, and I've been in recovery ever since. Most recently starting cardiac rehab.
Nice, nice. So you had the heart attack. Was it right before Christmas Day?
On
Is
5 o'clock a.m. Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve? Wow.
Yeah.
And then you spent several days in the hospital just getting prepared for all of the things that they had to do, correct?
Yeah, I
As
was
part of the journey.
I was in the hospital as of that morning, and they immediately put me on a blood thinner through the IV until the surgery.
Yeah.
And the surgery, of course, was 6 days later because their schedules and Christmas and everything. So
Oh
they just
yeah.
kept me on a blood thinner in the hospital until then. I ended up spending 22 days total in the hospital, including Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, and New Year's Day.
But
Wow.
what a gift. Like, look what you have now. And
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you're here. And you put something that's very standouting for me in our notes. She says the willingness to change habits and accept support. Because when you go through something like this, those are two things, they're quintessential for your survival, your recovery,
Yeah.
and then your responsibility. I feel like, at least for me, I'm always called to help others through the journey that I just went through.
Mhm.
I kind of feel like the people I've surrounded myself are the same.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
uh, that accept
No,
support is a hard one, isn't it? And I found that very hard as well because I don't sit down, right? So
Yeah.
to have that kind of what have you felt like you can't do anything that you could do before, Tank?
no, actually, I think I can do everything I could do before and more. I feel better. I feel better than I felt in a long time, which is kind of surprising. I figured after having your heart opened up that there'd be a lot of pain and a lot of time where you're not comfortable, but I have no chest pain. I have a beautiful scar. It's about 12 inches long, but um, I'm able to, I still get tired very
Want to
easily.
tattoo some butterflies coming out of that?
But except that I'm on a blood thinner, I can't get tattoos done right now.
Later,
But
we'll wait till the scar heals. We'll be fine.
right, but
Fine.
I have found I have made some significant lifestyle changes because I had to.
Yeah.
This I'll be and put it in the most blunt terms. This heart attack and surgery scared the hell out of me.
I bet. I know
Um,
how that feels. I bet.
and I've had, like I said, I've had prior heart attacks and a stroke. And while that stuff is scary, nothing scared me like knowing that they were going to crack open my chest, put some bypasses around my heart.
Mhm.
I was informed by my surgeon that my heart was not significantly damaged by the heart attack either.
Oh,
That's
wow.
that's great news that it wasn't um damaged. I mean, there's so many things that can happen in a heart attack, right? I mean, you know that you could die from a heart attack, but what people don't really think about, I think, is the damage that a heart attack actually does to a heart
Oh yeah.
Right.
in different ways. And I guess that's the reason that there are different types of heart attacks. Um,
Well, yeah, to be honest, a heart attack can kill part of your heart. I
mhm,
mean, once that damage is done, they can't undo it.
mhm,
The bypasses help bypass my main artery was 99.9% blocked.
mhm.
Wow.
That's why I had the heart attack. And I was blessed, and I am very blessed to still be here, believe me. Um,
Yeah.
and I am doing the things now. I've made significant changes because I want to make sure that I'm staying heart healthy. Um, and there's a lot of positives and a lot of things people don't understand when you make those heart healthy changes. And I'm happy to share that with anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Um,
mean, that's important to know too. Like,
I
you
was going to
know,
say, if you have any suggestions or anything that you'd like to text me, Tank, anything that you would want me to put and we can add into our comments after, any dietary suggestions, or if you found like websites or apps or anything like that's helping you, we would love to include that in our podcast. No rush in getting that over, but if you want to text either one of us that, we would love to
I
include.
do, if I may say so. I
Yes.
started a club on here because it's on Clapper
oh
because
yeah.
that's a new thing, and my club is called Heart Healthy, a Lifestyle.
I
And
love
in there,
it.
I will post any videos I make that relate to my heart and the recovery that I'm going through. I do also post websites. So I've gotten a few where I post about the beginning steps to towards heart health, uh, ways to eat heart healthy. And I want everybody to understand you can eat heart healthy and still eat really delicious food.
Mhm. Yeah, you can eat healthy and still eat delicious food. Like a lot of
Yes,
people put healthy to nasty for some reason. And I guess it's just the perspective that most people have. They're like, oh, well, if you eat healthy, then it has to be nasty, right? You can eat a lot of healthy food that's flavorful.
And a lot of that does have to do with processed and not processed too. And when people start going back to fresh food, the outside of your grocery store, that's where you need to be shopping from. Just very little bit. And you know what? I've even gone so far as this week, and I encourage you guys maybe not to go down this rabbit hole, but I want to start making my own bread because they put so much poison in our bread. It is very scary,
Yep.
but bread is also scary. So bow down to your bread people. If somebody brings you sourdough, you need to be like kissing their freaking feet because I'm
correct.
not doing it. I'm
If
not
I
doing
could
it.
just fresh grown, homemade as much as possible.
Mhm.
Yes, I can't
Um,
wait to get my garden. Oh my God.
because if you growing it yourself, you're not getting all the insecticides and the other crap they put in it that they
Mhm.
can put in,
Yeah.
even the farm grown.
Mhm.
So, be aware what, and it's something I should have done long before the age of 62, but be
Right.
aware of what you're putting in your body. Read labels. Um, a lot of what we eat is really poisoning us,
Mhm.
and I'm as guilty of that as anybody. Uh,
Yeah.
but
Absolutely.
since I've been home from the hospital, I am eating heart healthy diet because I'm still diabetic. So I'm heart healthy, diabetic friendly food,
Yeah.
but I'm still eating very well. And I'd like to let you both know, as of today, I have lost 49 pounds
Woo!
since Christmas Eve.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That is something to celebrate, actually. You need to celebrate that, Tank. And it's not just for the weight, right? It's for the changes that will create in your health.
Absolutely.
Right? So,
Well,
So
think
yay.
so
about it. I've got a bad back. It's my disability.
Mhm.
But having that extra weight is just another aggravating factor for my pain.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Um, and and those 49 pounds I've lost, I definitely can feel the difference. Also, if you guys were like me before my heart attack and pretty sedentary, get off your ass and move. Go for a walk, take a swim if it's nice, ride a bike. All that low intensity aerobic exercise is absolute gold for your body and for your heart. And it's stuff I should have been doing years ago and I wasn't. Now I do at least I walk 3 times a day. On the days I don't have cardiac rehab, on the days I have cardiac rehab, I'll still walk twice today, even though I did cardiac rehab already. And it's for your own benefit to do it. It took having my chest cracked open for me to really learn that lesson. But I have taken it to heart, so to speak. And it's something I'm living by now.
Yeah. That's awesome. Whew.
This to me is just as important as my touch your tits and your bits, you guys. If
Yep.
you look up all the heart related deaths and the plethora of them every single year, it is astounding. Then you start breaking them down. Break it down to months, break it down to weeks, days, even the hour. It is wild if you start breaking these numbers down. And it is up to us to spread this and up to us to take accountability for ourselves and implement it into our day. So again, I'm just so thankful. And there are other things that too that put on this and that stress and emotional strain. And I would say something that my dad always used to say to me that I didn't really get at first, used to piss me off. He used to say, "What's the worst that can happen?" And I'd be like, "What do you mean, dude?" He's like, "No, for real. What's the worst that can happen?" You start saying that out loud, and your problems most of the time sound pretty small,
Mhm.
pretty get overable, pretty temporary. Now, obviously, when you're talking about health and things like that, those are permanent things, but they're still again. What's the worst that can happen if you have to take a different kind of diet, man?
Right.
You lose 49 pounds. It takes off all those joint pain that you have. You
Yeah.
might have those joint pain because of the weight, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
There's so many things I think about, and your stress and all of those. We talk about how to utilize spaces like being still, breath work, exercise, diet, all of those things bring down your stress level. What you are consuming around you, your music, the people you hang out with, it's all about your mindset, right? And you're going to attract what you put out. So if
Yeah.
you're always putting out, I'm pissed off. I always have this happen to me. And you come up here and you just whinge about everything. I'm not saying that a good whinge isn't necessary, but I'm saying if you are consumed in that all day long, you're going to attract that all day long. You're going to attract other people that are ready to whinge with you all day long. And these are very bad actions for your heart health.
Well,
Yeah.
it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy too,
Mhm.
if that's your
Oh,
constant mindset.
Absolutely. If you keep that mindset, I have a hoodie that I have always worn, and it's a be positive shirt. And it's a negative mind will never bring you a positive life. So if you keep that negative attitude, it creates stress, it creates tension, it creates all those things, which becomes a flutter effect, I guess you would say, as to all of the things that come along with it. So keeping that negativity definitely creates that stress. And I agree, it creates that prophecy of it's almost
And
like bringing it to
if
life.
I
You
could
are.
add this, if you are anyone that's hearing this, if you're in an at-risk situation, if your weight's if you're overweight, if you smoke, if you eat a lot of fast foods and stuff, um, right now you're at risk for some kind of a cardiac event, heart attack or stroke. So whatever it is, make a change today, right now. Start eating healthier foods. Stop smoking. I know it's hard, but it's such a benefit for your body if you've been a smoker. If you stop today, you're going to start adding years back to your life that every cigarette you smoke is taken off of it. Get out, exercise, the weather's starting to get warmer again. Get out there and enjoy the beautiful weather to get out in nature, touch the grass, just do stuff that's beneficial to you. It's not hard. Most of it's not expensive. Eating healthy may cost you a little bit, but what's it going to cost you if you don't?
I think about that. If you eat more healthy, it seems like it fills you up a little bit better too. It's not just empty carbs. I have noticed that if I just go and eat like some kind of pastry as opposed to eating some like a little side of turkey sausage and like even fruit and stuff like that or a bagel, it's just so much more filling for longer. And ultimately, I kind of think that you might spend the same amount of money. I mean, you can go crazy with it, right? There's extravagant food, but I'm saying, like, for the most part, I feel like you could, especially when you go to stores like Aldi, those stores are amazing for, hey, Mohammed, for cost effectiveness and quality, right? So if you got an Aldi near you, or it's even beneficial to go out of the way once in a while for something like that. Their
Yeah.
cheeses, their milk, everything, their eggs, their produce, it's all exponentially cheaper. So
Yeah, for sure.
health
And
And
food.
for those struggling to lose weight, I want to encourage you with this. My weight right now is 301. The last time I weighed under 300 pounds, I was in my 30s, and I'm 62 now.
Wow.
I've been heavy for a long
Awesome.
time. And that is the first goal I set for weight loss was to get under 300. And I'm knocking on the door of that right now.
right. You're gonna get it.
You can
Oh,
do it.
yeah.
Trust me. You just have to be willing to make the changes and stick with it.
Let's go. I love that.
And it's a marathon, not a sprint. It's not gonna happen overnight. You didn't get it overnight. It's not gonna happen overnight. It's not gonna fix
I
itself
agree with that.
overnight. You know, that's the one thing that I like to throw in there. Is there anything else that you think of that you want people to know, that anything else that you'd like to say? Has there been any comments to come in, Jarita? I can't see the other side over there. So
No, like they're just talking about locals farmers market and how that also supports our local farmers. Let's get back to that. Let's
Absolutely.
let's get back to that and not be perpetuating, no offense, Bill Gates, but like Bill Gates, printed foods and things like that. These things aren't full of anything for you that's good. And, again, if you want to do something, I was talking to her earlier, let's change some legislation. Let's propose some different stuff. I've even thought, when I get into a different position in life, I've not been the most perfect person, but I think there's something that I could do within my community, within my city, to either invoke a law change or be in a position to do that myself.
Yeah.
I mean, if these people, I've seen who's mayors of these towns now. I see y'all. That's terrible. If y'all can be mayor, I definitely can be mayor. That's terrible. Do better. I'm sorry. We won't go
I,
on.
I would ask everybody and encourage the people you care about to join you in this journey,
Yeah.
to be heart healthy. How much easier is it for you to take a walk if somebody's walking with you and you guys can have a conversation while you're just taking a walk?
That's right.
In the mornings, Denise and Dana and E, they all get up and Shell and they walk together every morning at 7 Central. She comes on all the platforms, you guys. She's not going to say it, but I will. And you can walk with her virtually. You can do little exercise with her virtually, and she'll be starting her 5K stuff soon, and they will be walking every day. But Dana still comes up and walks, and that's not that there's not enough room. That is like a thing you can do. You don't even have to have somebody with you. You can just have us in your pocket, have us in front of you, and just go like,
Conversation. Yep, that's all
But
you need is
that-
to even have that conversation.
That was another thing I was going to add.
Mm.
If you're somebody that spends a lot of time on social media, make a friend like Denise. She does live showing you how to do exercises that are easy to do, and you can do them right in your own home. You don't have to go out to a gym or anything.
Yeah.
She does do the walks so that you guys are in a live together. Everybody's doing their walk, but you still have that somebody to talk to. It just, I can't emphasize enough how important it is, because I don't want anybody to go through what I went through in December, at the end of December.
Yeah.
Not ever.
Yeah. And I will say that, Jarita, with you saying that about my walking, my 5K in October, I will start preparing for that. So I have started working on changing my live setup. Now I'm doing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of the exercises. And then as I get into that, you guys know that I always walk on the opposing days.
Tuesdays
So
and
on Tuesdays
Thursdays.
and Thursdays, it'll become a walk with me. I haven't decided if it's going to be a live or a radio, because a lot of people, if they're on a live, sometimes they lose reception. So I feel like radios are a little bit easier, but as I figure it out, I am trying to figure it out to where I can be live on all the platforms whenever I do that. So I'll throw that in there. So Tuesdays and
Nice.
Thursdays soon.
Let's
I haven't-
go. Let's
They
go.
will come in. Yep.
Yay.
So y'all are welcome to join.
Y'all do it. Pick it up. And all of our socials have our other socials in them. Just go follow the links and you can find her everywhere. You can find us everywhere. Tank has his socials connected over here on Clapper. He has them connected over on all the medias as well. We all do it the right way now. You can find us. We outside.
That's right. That's right. We're out there. So Tank, I'll ask you one more question and it's one of our listed questions. So if you've answered this, just overlook it. But what did your recovery teach you about stress and the relationship that you not only have with yourself, but with other people, and how you feel as to that after you've started your recovery?
Well, but stress is the one thing. Like in the hospital, they were mainly concerned with my physical recovery.
Mm-hmm.
But I recognize that stress is just as bad for the heart as poor eating habits and lack of exercise. So I have made the concerted effort not to allow things to stress me out that I may have allowed to stress me out before. I am human, so there are going to be things that get to me once in a while, but for the most part, I figure it this way. Most people that would come in and try to get under your skin aren't adding anything. They aren't contributing anything to your life.
Yeah.
So why let them bother you? I just let it roll off.
Yeah. And it doesn't, it's not how they control the situation. You control how it makes you feel, right? You control how you react to it. You control those things. So you may not be able to control what they do, but you can control how you react to those things. So I agree with that, Tank. And that wasn't saying that for you. That was just saying it for anybody that's listening, that
Oh, yeah.
that's
Well,
what you do.
getting mad or getting offended, all that's a choice you make.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
you don't have to be offended because especially if you know going in that they're just trying to get to you.
Yeah.
The best thing you can do with somebody's trying to get to you is not let it bother you. Act like they're not even there.
Yep. If you ignore it.
They get frustrated and they leave.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Do you have any more questions for him, Jarita? Oh, she's chatting. Okay. No, go ahead and do what you got to do, honey. So guys, just know that recovery after major health events, these take a lot of grit. They take a lot of action. They take a lot of patience. They take humility. Would you agree with that, Tank? Go ahead.
I agree with that.
Right?
Absolutely. And I would also add, they take time. I'm a month and a half out of open heart surgery. So I feel great. People tell me I look great, which is very appreciated, but I'm still months from being fully recovered.
There you go.
It's a process, and the physical part of it's just one aspect of it.
That's right.
That's
right.
I will tell you that the one thing that they told me in the hospital is they wish more of their patients had my attitude. And all I did was stay positive and let them know I appreciated everything they had me do because it was for my benefit.
Yeah.
You know, the people, when you do it, like for example, in hospital rehab, when I was there, before you go home, you have to show that you can take care of yourself. You can shower, use the bathroom, get yourself dressed, get in and out of bed all by yourself. You have to show them that you can do that before they let you go home. So my in the hospital rehab lasted 4 days because that's all it
That's
took me to be able
awesome.
to.
Yeah.
That's all it took for me to show them I could do all that by myself.
Yeah.
But when they first got me up out of bed and walking, which the first week really sucked because
Yeah.
right out of heart surgery, I did hurt. I was taking morphine and everything, but I understand even then, as much as it hurt, it was for my benefit.
Right.
And I tried to make a point every day of showing them how much I appreciated them doing that because it was for me. Because all my like the occupational and physical rehab people, all of them were young. They were in their 20s. All of them were very fit. What they were having me do and then demonstrating it for me before they had me do it wasn't doing anything for them. They were already fit. They well beyond that ability,
Yeah.
but it was for me.
Right.
Because after that kind of, heart attack and open heart surgery, you got to start slow and just work up because getting your endurance back, getting your strength back, that's where all the time comes in. That's going to take.
And getting the endurance back after any surgery is difficult. But could you imagine? I mean, can you just imagine, guys? Think about the recovery and the endurance that you have to build after a heart surgery or a lung surgery or something like that. But going through something like that and trying to build that endurance back up and getting all that back into order for your lifestyle. Just, I mean, it I'm so glad you're here.
A lot of other people are as well, because over here people are saying things like like Nick said, he's so well spoken, will always protect Big Tank, a treasure his soul is. Tyler came in and said, hang on, a Tank is the kind of man I hope to be. Sarah said, I'm so grateful you're doing great. So happy you have to have you, Tank. Is what Storm said. Just everybody, and myself included, and Denise, we do love you, and we are very grateful to you coming in and bringing some awareness to this, and that you were able to make through it and feel like it is your responsibility to do something like this. So when you said that you would come in, we were like, oh, heck yeah. She said, Big
Mhm.
Tank's going to come in. And I was like, this is rocking because you literally just did this.
Yeah.
And for anybody that thinks that this is some kind of old people thing or only in more obese people or in men, none of that is true. Again, with all the other awarenesses we have, just about, it doesn't discriminate on any of that stuff. This could happen to anybody. I have friends that are younger than me, way younger than me, that have succumbed to a heart attack.
Yeah.
That is the fact of the matter. So if we're all doing our job to take preventative measures, and again, we're pushing legislation for healthier food and things to help us grow and be more powerful instead of breaking us down and having us sick all the time. And we can do some of that at home. Even putting, I heard Rachel the other day, she's going to make little herb garden. You could start at something like that. One of our friends on here, Shell Ray, has like these tomato things that you can hang, and freaking tomatoes come out of them in your apartment. Like it, there's a way. So we can all come together and try to do some things like this. We can start helping each other and like, oh, you got tomatoes? I got some basil. Oh, you've got basil. I've got onion. I've got some, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Growing
if you're
produce.
all friends and all coming together instead of being so individual,
Yeah.
yes, you can get there individual, but if you have a team, you're getting there faster, more effectively, and everybody's being fed, not just your selfish ass.
That's right. Go ahead, Tank. What were you saying?
I was gonna say, grow and trade is a wonderful suggestion to do. If
Yes.
you have a favorite, like I love tomatoes, so um, that's something I would grow in abundance.
Mhm.
And if you grow in abundance, you've got stuff to trade. So trade them to somebody that grows corn, or grows watermelon or beans. Just
Mhm.
Exactly.
can't beat. I'm telling you right now, you cannot beat growing your own food, knowing that what you're eating is absolutely healthy and the way God intended.
Yeah.
And it's such a benefit to the body. You guys
Yeah.
don't even know.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Thanks for being here, Tank. I mean, this was great. I mean, it was a pleasure to have you. I was so glad that you were able to. I'm glad that you felt up to being here with us.
I would love to follow you up with this next February for the next Heart Health Month and have you on again and kind of see where you are. And I'm sure everybody that's listening today would like to see the same. So we are very grateful to you, sir. You're welcome to hang out and listen to the rest. You're welcome to drop whatever you'd like. Again, tenfold blessings always, and we love you.
Thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it. And guys, if you're interested at all in a heart healthy lifestyle, join my club. It's called Heart Healthy Lifestyle. Uh, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks.
All right. Thanks, Tank. Man, we're so glad that you're here. If you want to hang out, you can hang out. If not, I can put you into a gray screen and then you can jump over there. If
Yeah,
you want to close out or whatever, you
let's
can
do that.
do that. All right. Let me see if I can gray screen you.
Belinda says while she's doing that, we need pure food, not chemical processed food. Support your local farmers. Have raised beds, bucket potatoes, herbs. Yes, you can even grow some of those
Right.
things in bales of hay. So excellent, excellent. And I know the next thing we're going to talk about is a little more heavy.
Yeah.
So I just want to give kind of maybe a trigger warning
Good morning. Yeah.
about the next thing we're going to talk about. So if anybody wants to leave, get out. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah. If anyone doesn't want to be here, we are going to be talking about a little bit about teen dating violence today. So that is one of the awarenesses for the month. So that is going to be one of the topics of discussion. So if it is a difficult subject for you to discuss, or if you've been in a situation that might make this a trigger for you, please feel free. You don't have to stay in.
But
We
you can always come back in about 5 minutes.
Yep. You can always, if you choose to leave, you can watch or listen to the podcast at a later time if you feel up to being a part of it. You're welcome to do that as well. So, all
Today
right.
we are going to be talking about teen dating violence awareness. So if you guys, if anybody wants to share a story, also, I will say this: don't think that because you put yourself seemingly in a position that you have no right to say no.
That's right. Oh, 100%.
Do not think that, because I know there's a stigma with that. Well, you were drinking, you were smoking, you were out in the woods by yourself. So what? Maybe I just thought I was going to kiss him. Maybe I was just curious. That doesn't mean that you have to do anything that you don't full on
Right.
want to do. Go say something to somebody,
That's right. No
or
means
just don't put yourself in the position. You
no.
don't know who anybody is anymore. And I always talk about this disposable world. And that's what it's been set up, especially to our teens. We have everything right here. A swipe to the right or left, and it's gone. And there's something new, onto something new, a new fetish, a new weird thing, something to be stuck on, something to obsess about. And it's disposable. So I wanted to, again, like I said, this is triggering for some people, but I just want to make sure you guys know that you have a right to
That's
say something.
Absolutely. And you know what? That also goes back with your emotional well-being and being a part of that whole body health. It's respecting that, respecting your boundaries and respecting other people's boundaries, right? And
You
then
literally just said respect as soon as Dawn was typing it
oh,
over here on Clapper.
see, there we go. There we go. Synchronicity there.
She
Guys,
said your partner should always respect your wishes.
that's right. Respect you, keep safety, walk on those boundaries, and talk about those too. Communication is very, very important for that as you move forward. And that doesn't mean it has to be in that teen dating sense. That could be if you're learning, where you want to be, how you want to be, how your relationships want to build those boundaries for yourself, right? Be ready for that and start working on that. And then if somebody pushes those boundaries, you say, this is not okay. It's not okay. Right. And those are healthy standards.
And again, we talk about prevention. This is something that you can prevent as well. You meet people online, people make promises. If you also are online, you see how many people don't keep those promises. How many people have an ill intention? Nothing makes you special, I promise. Nothing. You are special to you.
That's
Your
right.
validation should come from you,
Right.
no one else. Because again, sometimes you don't have that even in the home, which is why I always say your validation should come from yourself. And if you want later on to break those generational curses, you can with your children, and be loving and be that person there, be there to teach them, these things that can come up, like, hey girl, we could have the world, we can run away. Even if your life is a bad place, you could be putting bad to worse.
Yeah.
Quit
Yeah.
meeting people online. Quit meeting people you don't know. Don't take substances. And again, going out to places that you're not supposed to be a certain age, it's because you aren't aware yet. You aren't aware of people date raping your drug, your drinks and stuff like that. You're fancy free, you're footloose, you're young, and you're wild and rebellious. And there's a reason there is an age put on those places.
Yeah.
So again, not putting yourself in those positions really cuts down the chance of this thing happening. I'm not saying it can never happen, but if you don't put yourself in a date position,
Yeah.
I so wish, I loved boys when I was younger. My mother, God bless her, she was so sweet and she just wanted to look for love. And I thought that's what you do. You look for love and you find the boy that loves you, right?
Yeah.
And I wish I would have been more like finding the career that I want, finding the spiritual stability that I needed. You know what I mean? Those are things that should have been in the forefront, but instead, and we still do this. We
Yeah.
still everything like that Frida baby. I'm gonna talk about it. It says, "Are you ready for a quickie?" That's for a baby thermometer, dude. Everything is sex, 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 sex.
Yeah.
So everybody thinks sex, 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 and instead of it's sex going to be marriage now, it's just sex.
Yeah.
It's just individualism, disposability, and all of these things are stuck into what our teenagers are being fed, what we're being fed too, and making it okay, making this a natural thing, and it's just not.
Yeah. Absolutely. And you know what? It's a lack of responsibility too.
Facts.
People they're not responsible for those actions anymore. And so I feel like it makes them more prompt in making those, they do it quicker and they
Right.
less of a thought, right? And then I'm going to throw into you talking about, the date rape and the things like that, those drugs that they have out there. And I agree with her. You don't put yourself in that situation. If you don't and you happen to be out with the girls and you're of age and you're out there, you're out with the girls and you're doing that thing, do not accept a drink from someone that you don't know, even if it is somebody you don't know.
There's
I
all kinds of
have
cool
never
stuff you can get now too.
open drink.
Little things that change the color of your drink to show if somebody's done something to it. There's covers you can get. There are all kinds of things when you're out and about to protect yourself. But
Right.
really, what you need to do is keep your wits about you. Don't be out here getting smashed drunk.
Yep.
Don't be out here getting high on God knows what or taking any drugs from people you don't know, even
Be
marijuana.
conscious. Be conscious.
Because people lace that stuff now. It's
Right.
terrible. I'm
Yeah.
a huge advocate for marijuana, but you got to get it from a sourced person. You can't, like a dispensary. You can't just be out here getting that stuff off the street, you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very dangerous. It's always been dangerous, but I think it's more dangerous nowadays, right? It's getting even worse and worse. But and that goes back to, oh, that's a long one. I can't read it.
I'll read it.
I got
When I
two-
was made to look bad, I hate it. Just saying, when I was a teen, if your dads were in a certain organization, you wouldn't be convicted if you and got by with everything. It's really sad that money talks. Girls even got offered modeling and auditions and are put in bad situations. I've been in a situation like that too.
Yeah.
I'll talk about that a different time. I was like you. Well, I could talk about it today. I was like you. I was looking for love in the wrong places. I was young mom expecting someone to love me and her and got used and abused. Exactly. And I did. I went to there. I live in Dallas, Texas. There were all kinds of ads back in the day for models wanted. And we went, and these people had a space rented out, and they had all these different scenes, and it seemed really cool. I was 15 years old. My mother was not with me.
Yep.
These people have pictures of us in bikinis. The one guy that I just thought was so cute, I like made out with this guy. He was like 25 years old. What are you doing? And I
Mhm.
want to say that because so many girls get in that position.
Yeah.
Because you think it's okay, because especially in our generation with latchkey children, you felt like you were already an adult. You already have all these same themes. You already have been around all of this stuff. You're taking care of yourself. You're cooking. You're doing all the things because you're single mom again.
Yep.
Individualism. I cannot express the family unit enough. These are real things. It's very vulnerable for me to talk about these things, but they need to be talked about. And that's something really bad could have happened to me.
Yeah.
Thank
Absolutely.
God I had my friends with me. I had girlfriends that were there that experienced this with me. And we went more than once, and they owed us so much money. Y'all, do not go out and fall for this. And that's how all these sleazy people in these Epstein files, that's where they start. If we would have kept going and started being complicit with those things and no longer being a victim, and I do feel like some of those people may have fallen into that trap. You become like a Stockholm type thing almost, where you fall into complicit.
Yeah. And
with
it could
these
be a
things.
simple thing. It doesn't have to be in that major, like you said, the modeling contracts or anything like that. It could literally, I've been here. It could literally be in a situation, you're a young person, you're ready to make some money, you decide to babysit, you go into the home of the
Been there too.
and the parents, one or the other, abuse you, and then that goes into an issue, right? That becomes another sexual issue. So it's not just going out and partying. It's not just finding modeling
Facts.
contracts. It's a simple thing of a young person wanting to make a little money. And whenever we were younger, you could start babysitting at what, 13?
Oh yeah.
12 easily. And so you start doing those things. And then if you have someone that you thought you could trust and you get into their home and you're helping take care of their family, and then they abuse you in some way sexually, doesn't
Definitely
matter
been there.
how it is. It doesn't matter which way it is. It doesn't have to be intercourse. It
You're
doesn't
12
have
and
to
13
be-
years old. It's abuse.
That's right. It's abuse. It's abuse.
Again, not knowing that, again, back to that, you're not aware of these things. You're not even aware of yourself. And
Yeah.
you may be in a lot of adult situations. So you feel like that's just a natural step, but it is not. That is a grooming situation. I've had multiple friends, dads and moms do the same thing, just staying the night with them. Or one time I had the neighbors, one of my best friends, I won't say the name here, neighbor's dad come into my garage. My mom I was 16, have the garage, and I was out there hanging out. We had a dartboard. It was real cool. And he came over with a fanny pack on. This is how cringe. And had money in this fanny pack. And I was so afraid, y'all. This guy was ex-military. He was a huge man. I wasn't at home with anybody else. I'm in my garage now with this man. The garage door's open, yes, but this is a huge man. That sucked.
Mhm.
Ew, ew. It was my friend's dad, and he's ew.
Yeah.
God, so many. I can't even count how many times stuff like that's happened.
Yeah.
So again, bringing awareness and making it okay to talk about. I
That's
say
right.
trigger warning, yes, but it needs to be talked about because it's swept under the rug all too often, and then you have that repeat pattern
Yeah.
because they think it's
And you know
okay. It's
what? The fact
normalized.
that it has been made to not be believed. If you see something or if something happens, say something. Don't worry about all that right now. If it happens, say something. If you're in fear of it happening, say something. What does it hurt to say something? It gets that knowledge out there. It lets people know that you're afraid of something like that being a possibility, especially in in a simple situation that you haven't intentionally put yourself into, right? And or you have intentionally put yourself into. If you've gone into a situation like the going out to party, if you get in a situation, I've been there too. I've been out with the girls and have had someone to try to shove me into a bathroom, and it was a large man.
Right.
You go in there, and if you get to where you can get to your friends or to anybody, let somebody know that this is not okay. So it doesn't matter where you are or what you're doing. If it's not okay, it's not okay.
It's not okay. You can stop at any time. And that I think people feel like pressured once they get to a certain
Mhm.
point that they're not supposed to return. And I can say also that I have been to a point of that, and I can name the person and everything that was respectful to not go to a point of no return. And that was lovely because I'd been in a position before where that didn't happen. And we can go on and on about those things, but I just want to say that you are powerful within that and your voice can be heard within that. Just use your voice. I don't care what position you put yourself in. Say something to the person, say something to your parents, say something to your friends, to anybody, everybody.
Yep.
Then you're also helping someone else maybe not fall victim to that.
And we do have a few. I've been, as we've been getting prepared for this, and as I build our outline, I do look up resources, and there are a couple of resources, and we will put these into the comments into all of our platforms that we're on right now. So some of the little support resources. Now, make sure to do your own research too. So there may be something mistyped in here or something like that, but if it connects to you guys and you need this trusted support, there it is available. There's one, it's Love is Respect. It's teen and youth adult relationship support. We will put these in there. National Domestic Violence Hotline. It's an 800 number, 800-799-SAFE, SAFE. And then one more is the National Alliance of Mental Illness. It's NAMI. So guys, there are places to reach. There are resources. If this is a resource that you need, we will be putting these in the comments so you can go in, you can do your own research as well. And if you have any that you would like to give us that we can add to our resources, we would love to add resources for this because we want people to have that empowerment, right? We want you to feel like you don't have to live under a rock. Don't do that. Don't feel like you have to cover yourself up by a rock and hide from this, because if this has happened to you or you need assistance with this, don't hide it. Tell somebody. We want to make sure that you feel good about doing that.
And that brings me to our warrior spotlight that you put up, which is Bebe Moore Campbell. She advocated for mental health awareness, highlighted the needs in the Black community because this is Black History
Right.
Month, and encouraged removing the stigma around seeking help. We were just talking about that with Tank, getting that support, accepting the
Yep.
support, accepting the help.
Yep.
I love that she went around encouraging this. Her work helped many people feel seen and supported. And I think a lot of us don't feel that. And we do want that validation outside it. And I get it. Again, it takes a minute to love yourself today.
Mhm.
What are they teaching us
Yep.
out here? We're not getting those kinds of things fed to us. So back to what I'm always going to say is give yourself the grace, give yourself the knowledge, go out and look it up for yourself like she just said. And there's nothing wrong with accepting help. You know what somebody said to me yesterday? I felt so dumb because it was 4 cents that I was shy and I was just going in to return something like to exchange it out. Well, they gave me store credit and I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm just exchanging this out for the size, but okay." It was like 16 bucks. I was like, "Cool, I'm gonna go get some food." So I grabbed a couple things. I grabbed some chicken salad and some ranch because it was 16 bucks and that's how much it cost. I was like, damn. So I get up there and I was 4 cents shy, but I wasn't planning on going in there, so I didn't have my wallet. And this guy came over and stuck his credit card and did it. And I didn't want him to do that, but then it would have been a whole ordeal. So I accepted the help. I was very grateful. You know what he said? He was so kind. You could tell he was just a man of light. And he was like, "Now you go do that." He was like, "You don't have to worry about all that." He was like, "You just go and do that for someone else." I said, "Actually, I have done that for someone else. And I actually feel like this is full circle
Right.
now." And he was like, "See?" So paying it forward. And I love encounters like that. And I want to be that. I want to have that ripple effect. And I think that's why Denise and I both are here and why we came together. We have very different journeys. Obviously, I'm very loud, and you would think I'm the glitter, but I am the great like, because I am so different. But we're still the same warrior, the same mentality. We still get to the same end the same way.
Yep. Absolutely. And guys, just remember, you don't have to have your own struggle alone. I always say that all the time, but it's in everything that we do. If you're struggling, find somebody to talk to about it. Find somebody to connect with about it. Find somebody to ask questions about it. If you're not sure, ask. And before we move to our next little segment, we always like to add a little lighthearted stuff before we end the day. But where could a boundary protect your peace today? Right now. Throw it in the comments and let us know, where could a boundary, building one little boundary, help you and protect your peace today? Even small.
Oh, I can't think of a way to put up a boundary that I don't already have up. I can't. I'm a boundary person. I really am. I don't put up with a lot of riffraff.
Yeah.
I don't stand for baloney.
Mhm.
What
Yeah.
about you, Denise?
I'm very aware of the things that disturb me, I'll say it that way, and affect my peace. So I'm very aware of those, and I'm pretty good with my boundaries and creating those. And of course, there's a lot of people that know that I've been dealing with a lot of things, and that's one boundary that I have to do, is not letting it affect my personality right now. Just
Right.
taking that
Right.
deep breath and saying,
feel
you know
that.
what? It doesn't matter what anybody else says. It's okay to feel the way I feel right now.
It
It's
is.
okay. It is okay.
Bah, humbug. All right, so let's go to something lovely. It's also, we got to add our food in there. It's also almond day. I love me some almond joy. Even the name of that makes my vibrations raise. Almond day. And almond supports not just brain health, but also heart health. This is one of the things that we could add to our list, and almonds in every way. I love almonds. What about you? Okay, wait, let me tell y'all. There's these almonds that are like covered in this like lemony candy thing, and they have like this powdery stuff on it. And I've got to find them. If anybody knows what those are, I need those again in my life so very bad.
Oh
They
my
are
God.
the best thing I've ever eaten. And I don't think that I would love the lemon, but it literally tastes like almost a key lime lemon pie, but with this texture crunch that's just phenomenal.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a very big almond person. I love almond butter. I actually put almond butter. We were talking about protein shakes and making things healthier and things like that.
Oh, I don't like peanut butter in my shake. What a great idea. You are a genius, Lloyd.
I
Sheer
love
genius.
almond butter in my things like that. Anything. So whenever you
Thank
create,
you.
like if you create your own protein bars or whatever you call those anymore, energy bars, or
Right.
put almond butter in place of your peanut butter if you don't like it. And like
Thank you, Denise. You're a God bless genius. A whole new world. Y'all, this girl got it going on. I'm telling y'all, meet up with her at 7 a.m. in the mornings on Clapper, TikTok, and she's on the YouTube. I'm telling you, I get in there about 7:30, so I'm late AF every day, but I still get the goods. I still get the goods. And there's a replay. Again, she's not going to talk about this, but she does do good things for good people. Get in there and start changing your life. We do invite you guys to stay for the mantra afterward. And I just wanted to say thank you again for being on this journey with me, Denise. Thank you for holding my hand during it because I do sometimes feel like, you're the mama. You're the mama. So thank you so much. You keep me so grounded because, girl, I'm a loose cannon flying into outer space.
That's okay. I think that we work good together, and sometimes you add that little spice that I need in the day anyway. So I think we make it work.
I'll put some Takis in your vanilla ice cream. You know somebody does that. You know they do. Blech. What is wrong with y'all with your Takis and pickles and stuff? Stop it.
Look, put that stuff away. Find something extra to
It's
put
not
in.
good for your heart. It's not.
Add a little caramel instead.
Big. That is so wasteful, Big. All right. I love you guys. I'm going to get out of here and pull up her mantra. Thank you again. We will see you all tomorrow at the same bat time, same bat channel, because we are going to talk about Fat Tuesday, Ash Wednesday, and Lent and Easter, and just kind of touch a little bit on those. Not anything preachy, just the facts. I love you all and go create your best day.
Have a good one, guys.
With honesty. Support is accepted when needed. Relationships rooted in respect are chosen. Strength lives in the choosing. Steady, aware, and true. Honor the grit. Notice the glitter. Both build the story.
From limitations to liberation, we are a warrior's journey. Different battles, same mission. Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central.